WIAA Network presents the 2012 WIAA Dairy Farmers of Washington Les Schwab Tires 4A Swimming Championships. This is Bob Akamian as we get ready to crown a state champion in 4A girls swimming. And, of course, the big story is, can the Richland Bombers win one for the East Side Richland in great position going into the team race. We get things started with the women's 200 medley relay. This will be the consolation heat. And we'll set the lanes for you. Olympia in lane number 1. Stadium in lane 2. Walla Walla lane 3. Garfield lane 4. Snohomish lane 5. Curtis in lane 6. Camas lane 7. And Richland in lane 8. And there are points to be had in the championships, even in consolation. So what Richland does here will be very important. Now, they're one of the lowest seeds. And they're in the middle of the pack here in lane 8. The first 50. Backstroke leg. It is lane number 3. Walla Walla with the early lead. And they get the first touch in 28-25. Second place Camas, 28-55. Richland's in 6th right now. Garfield in 3rd. Out of a second 50. This will be Breaststroke. Second 50. Garfield, 59-19. Boy, that was a good second leg for them. Camas now second. Richland still 6th. Now in lane 4. The freestyle, the final leg. Garfield taking charge. Pretty good margin, too. That's 3 seconds over Walla Walla. Garfield, fastest of this group in the prelims. They're going to put it away. There's the touch. 152-57 for Garfield. Second place, Walla Walla, 154-68. Third place, Snohomish, 155-24. Richland, all right, here's your points. Richland, 5th. Which means they will score 13th place points. Because every little bit counts when you're trying to win a championship. And now the music for the finalists in the 200 medley relay. And of course, the first event of the night, it's time to play some music. Disqualification, lane 2, Stadium, who finished 8th. And here comes the music for your finalists. Gig Harbor in lane 1, Mount Rainier lane 2, Kent Lake lane 3, Skyline in lane 4, Issaquah lane 5, Newport lane 6, Wenatchee lane 7, Jackson lane 8. And keep an eye on Newport as well. Newport's got the numbers to challenge for the state title. Newport, Skyline, Richland, the big 3, and Top qualifier was Skyline 150.77. State record 145.77, set way back in 2003 by the Rogers Rams. The defending state champion is Skyline. And Andy Scarello and Maria Vlatkovich are both on this relay. Here we start with the backstroke. And we're away. Good start underwater. Looks like lane number 3, especially Kent Lake. And now coming out of lane 6, Newport. Newport and Kent Lake, first of a turn. It'll be Kent Lake in the backstroke. Check that. That's lane number 2. That's Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier, a great turn, pulling ahead of Kent Lake. It'll be Mount Rainier in the backstroke. First of a touch. Now the breaststroke. It was Mount Rainier, Jackson second, Wenatchee third. And in the breaststroke, boy, a lot of work to do for the Skyline swimmer. Swimming in about 5th place right now. Lane 2, it's still Mount Rainier. Being challenged by Kent Lake. Mount Rainier, Kent Lake, and Newport. Newport getting a strong finish. Now everyone catching up. We go to the butterfly. First in, good start off the blocks for Issaquah. Now out in lane 6, Newport again. Skyline in it. Now the freestylers going to have a pretty even start in lane 3. The leader is Kent Lake. Kent Lake, Mount Rainier, Skyline. Kent Lake, Skyline, Mount Rainier as we start with the freestyle, the final leg. And a good start in lane number 3, Kent Lake. Now Skyline. Skyline of a turn, neck and neck with Kent Lake. Here we go. To the line in lane 4. It's going to be Skyline at the very end. Spartans, 149.12. Skyline first, Kent Lake second, Newport third. Issaquah fourth, Mount Rainier fifth. And our first event in the books, the 200 medley relay. And right now we're going to announce the Team Academic Award, presented every year in all levels of competition by the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires. And the TJ Raiders from right here in Federal Way are the winners of the Academic Award for 4A swimming. Congratulations to Thomas Jefferson. Up next, the women's 200 freestyle. Felicity Cann of Stadium, a great All-American consideration time in the prelim. She'll be the top seed. The consolation heat, of course, is coming first. Cassie Burgess of Newport, senior in lane 1. Hannah Pieper of Snohomish, junior in lane 2. Anna Panabianco of Camas in lane 3. Demetra Laurent of Cascade in lane 4. Brianna Lucian of Mariner in lane 5. Lily Newton of Eastlake in lane 6. Kira Watson of Newport in lane 7. And Sarah Campbell of Gig Harbor in lane 8. 200 freestyle, 8 lengths. Here we come with the first 50, and it's a dash right now. And at the touch, it'll be lane 5, Lucian, 56-15. Second touch. Lane number 5, it's Lucian. 126.54 from Cascade Laurent, 128.30 in third place. Panabianco from Camas, 128.59. There it is, 156.73. Brianna Lucian leads this one all the way from Mariner, just a freshman. Really does a great job swimming under control, 156.73. Second place, Laurent, and third place, Panabianco. And the finalists marching out in a moment, led by Felicity Can. The finalists in the women's 200 free, lane 1, Natalie Lesnick of Kentwood, 158.62, her qualifying time. Maddie Mader of Roosevelt, 156.87, her mark. Kalina Laurent from Cascade, 155.22. Felicity Can from Stadium, 150.52. That's an All-American consideration time. She's in lane 4, top qualifier. Kayla Roberson from Inglemore, 154.83 in lane 5. Nicole Weinman from Richmond in lane 6, 156.79. Emma Tim Ballard from Walla Walla, 157.80 in lane 7. And Maggie Panna from Newport, lane 8, 158.69. So another test here for Richland. How high can Weinman finish? And what can Panna do? Skyline, the early leader with 40 points with their relay win, but this is where it starts getting interesting. And they're up in the blocks. 8 lengths, the 200 free final. Lane to watch, lane 4. And a good entry for both Can and Laurent, lanes 3 and 4. And Can going right to work. Felicity Can with the lead, but being challenged right next to her is Laurent. Now Can pulls away at the end of the first 50. At the touch, 25-22. Laurent, 26-22. 1 second difference. Third is Panna on the outside from Newport. So there's your Newport swimmer. Can just pulling away. At the 100 turn, 52.75 for Can. Still in the lead. Second place, Laurent. Third place now, Weinman. Penn has dropped back to fifth. So now Richland gaining a little ground. .50 to go at the turn. Can 121.13, 2 seconds ahead of Laurent. So let's watch the team battle. Weinman for Richland's in fourth. Panna from Newport in fifth. Very close together. Here we come to the finish. Let's watch Can's time, see if she improves. Can to the touch. 149.72. Yes, she does. Almost an automatic All-America qualifier, but better than her prelim. Felicity Can is the winner. Laurent is second. Third is Roberson. Fourth, Weinman, and Panna fifth. So they keep those points, team points, pretty close together. Richland with a slight early edge. Richland scored 8 points on the relay. So Richland got some relay points. And Newport has now jumped on top with those points. They have the lead with 53 after 2 events. But we are just getting started. Awards coming up. We'll take our first break. You're watching the WIAA Dairy Farmers of Washington Les Schwab Tires 4A Swimming Championships on the WIAA Network.
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
The awards being presented for the 200 medley relay. Gig Harbor in 8th place, Jackson in 7th place. Sixth place is Wenatchee. Got all the Wenatchee fans over next to us. Mount Rainier finishing in 5th place. Fourth place, Issaquah. Third place, Newport. And of course, big early points there. Kent Lake second, and Skyline with Cristale Umezawa, Andy Scarcello, Stephanie Munoz, and Maria Vladkovic. Your winners, 149.12. But Newport's third place finish, that's Newport going up right now. That is the story early on. And so through two events, it's Newport 53, Skyline 40, Kent Lake 34, Issaquah 30, Mount Rainier 28, Walla Walla 27, Wenatchee 26, Jackson 24, Cascade 24, and Richland with 23. Also Gig Harbor with 23. So not quite telling any stories yet on this meet. 200 IM is coming up. And, of course, big opportunity is Lisa Bratton swimming in her first individual final. And they're the Skyline Spartans getting their medals as the relay winner, the 200 medley relay. Now to the individual medley, 200 yards. Abby Crowley of Walla Walla, senior in lane 1. Lucy Brock of Edmonds Woodway, freshman in lane 2. Sage Speak of Inglemore, junior in lane 3. Stephanie Munoz from Skyline, junior in lane 4. Caitlin Taylor, senior from Jackson in lane 5. Jocelyn Crawford from Garfield, freshman in lane 6. Ella Brooks of Snohomish, junior in lane 7. And Jenny Hyo from Newport, freshman in lane 8. Fastest of this group, the 8 that didn't make the final, Munoz at 2:11.72. Swimmers behind their blocks. And we're getting ready to go. And we're ready to go. Crowley in lane 1, Brock in lane 2, Speak in lane 3, Munoz lane 4, Taylor lane 5, Crawford lane 6, Brooks lane 7, and Hyo in lane 8. And we're away. Strong off the blocks is Munoz from Skyline. Starting with the butterfly. Good start also in lane 5 for Taylor. Taylor with a slight lead as we come down to complete the first 50. And at the turn, it is Taylor. Going to the backstroke. Good underwater fetch. It was Taylor, Munoz, and Hyo in lane 8. Taylor, first to the touch. Switch to the breaststroke. 1 minute, .11. Second was Crowley from Walla Walla on the outside in lane 1. Now to the freestyle. Hyo with the lead for Newport in lane 8. Let's see if she can hang on out there. Can't see her competition. Good start in lane 5 for Taylor. Taylor very good at the end. Also making the turn quickly in lane 3. There's Speak. Here comes Sage Speak. It's lanes 5, 3, and 8. Interesting combo to watch here coming to the line. It's going to be Taylor. Taylor, 209.74 for Jackson. Hyo is second, and third place does go to Sage Speak. So quite a variety of specialties in this individual medley. And the consolation title goes to Caitlin Taylor. And in just a moment, we're going to bring in the finalists, including Lisa Bratton of Richland. Here they come, your finalists. For the women's 200-yard IM, Andrea Young of Union, qualifying time of 2:11 and 15. Sarah Norman from Olympia, 2:10.44 in lane 2. Megan Kawaguchi from Mount Rainier, lane 3, 2:08.68. Top qualifier, Lisa Bratton, the defending champion, from Richland in lane 4, 2:06.29. Carolyn McCann from Gig Harbor, 2:07.91 in lane 5. Lavinia Yap in lane 6 from Monroe. Kendall Phillips from Kent Lake, 2:10.88 in lane 7. And Cassandra Tallman from Roosevelt, 2:11.41 in lane 8. And we're off. Good entry in lane number 5 for McCann. Bratno immediately takes the lead on the butterfly portion in the middle. McCann next to her, and then on the other side, Kawaguchi from Mount Rainier in lane 3. At the turn, still Bratton. Bratton in lane 4. Bratton will make the turn first. 26.03. Second is Norman of Olympia in lane 2, and third is Kawaguchi. To the backstroke. And this is a good stroke for Bratton, and she extends that lead. Bratton on the turn. Good long underwater. That's almost half the 25-yard length. 55-25. Kawaguchi second. Now to the breaststroke. The third leg. Second place, Kawaguchi. Third is now Phillips from Kent Lake. Phillips trying to hang on, though. She's being challenged, though. McCann looking good on this leg. McCann moving up into a third spot. Meanwhile, turning for home is Lisa Bratton of Richland. Bratton going to start her freestyle comfortably to a touch. And now she turns 132.57. Wow, she's got almost a 4-second lead over McCann. And now just free and easy on the freestyle. And no one is going to touch Bratton. She will repeat. Let's see if she can prove on her time or get into All-America consideration. But Bratton just cruising home. Now she's got more work to do for the Bombers. Bomber towels waving in front of us. There she is. 2:01.53 for Lisa Bratton. All-America time. Automatic. Boy, she didn't even look like she was working that hard, especially from the breaststroke into the freestyle. Bratton, tremendous in control, winning by a good margin. McCann, 2:06.16. Winning by 4.5 seconds. Holy cats. Kawaguchi is third. So there's a big win for Richland. This is exactly what they needed in this event. And it's trophy time when we come back for the 200 medley relay. We're checking it'll be for the 200 freestyle when we come back. You're watching the WIAA Dairy Farmers of Washington Les Schwab Tires 4A Swimming Championship on WIANetwork.com.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, well, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires good to have?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
$200 freestyle individual awards being presented. Natalie Lesnick, Kentwood, 157.88 is 8th. Maddie Miter of Roosevelt, 157.65 is 7th. Tim Ballard of Walla Walla, 157.27. It's Emma Tim Ballard. Maggie Panna of Newport, 157.06 in 5th place. Nicole Wyman of Richland, 155.37 in 4th. Kayla Robertson of Inglemore, 155.09 in 3rd. Helena Laurent of Cascade in 2nd, 153.43. And with an All-American consideration time of 149.72, Felicity Can of Stadium, your state champion. Team points after 3 events. We have that now updated following the 200 IM. Newport 60, Kent Lake 49, Skyline 44, Mount Rainier 44, Richland starting to move at 43, Gig Harbor 40, Jackson 33, Issaquah 30, Walla Walla 29. That's your top 9. Sprinters up next, 50 free.
to the 50-yard freestyle. So we have looked at a schedule that we had just another swim scheduled for now, and that is not the case before it. We will not have any disability swims during this parade. So we're all very much in the 50-yard freestyle.
The 50 freestyle consolation final features Nicole Carlson of Cascade, senior in lane 1, Hannah Benson of Roosevelt, junior in lane 2, Vanessa Wadham from Richland, senior in lane 3, Danielle Booth of Cascade, freshman in lane 4, Dejen Dickens of Edmonds Woodway, junior in lane 5, Gabrielle Gebers of Issaquah, junior in lane 6, Courtney Larson of Mount Rainier, senior in lane 7, and Sarah Avery from Central Kitsap in lane 8. Real simple. Down and back. Fast as you can. And how many times does this happen in the pool? Just for fun, racing for lunch, racing to end the workout, racing your coach. Everybody can relate to down and back. And this is a great battle in the middle of the pool. Look at this. Lanes 4, 5, and 6 all together. We're going to have to watch the clock. It is Booth of Cascade, 24:73. And here's how close it was, 24:81, second place Gevers from Issaquah, 24:91 for Dickens. That's your top 3, and now we'll bring up the really fast kids for the final. And here are the final 8. Marley Cross from Garfield, freshman lane 1, qualifying mark 24:61. This was a very fast prelim last night. 3 conditional All-America times. Hannah Brugman of Wenatchee, 24:06. And then in the middle of the pool, defending state champ Federal Way, Kenna Ramey, 23:83. That was 3rd fastest in the heat. Loria Guo of Newport, fastest, 23:64. Elisa Fang of Newport, the freshman, 23:82. So those 3 all conditional All-America times. Alana Priest of Emerald Ridge, sophomore, 24:01. Maria Volodkovich of Skyline, 24:50. The senior. And Kayla McKee of Jackson, the senior, 24:62. This is a good-looking field here. Don't blink, you might miss something. This is the 4A 50-yard freestyle final. See some celebrating Richland swimmers down in front of us here. They're starting to make their way back in the points. They do not have an opportunity, though. Newport, this is a big race for Newport with Guo and Fang, who could go 1-2. And here we go. Guo looks good, but so does Rainey, the defending champ in lane 3. Rainey, Guo, Fang, here we go. The big 3 running together. Good turn in lane 3 for Ramey. Ramey with the lead. Trying to double up and go back-to-back. Rainey, hold it on. It's still Rainey in lane 3. And it's a repeat for Rainey. 23:44. So Kenna Ramey bounces back and swims a little faster, 4/10 faster than last night. That is an automatic All-America time. Second place, Brugman, 23:68. That's conditional All-America. Third place, Guo, 23:81. Not as fast as last night, but conditional again. Wow. What a fast group, and they're all underclassmen that swam this fast. Kenna Ramey, back-to-back state champion for right here at home, the Federal Way Eagles. We'll step aside and come back with awards, you betcha. 200 individual medley awards we presented, and then we're going into the tank for the 1-meter diving finals. You're watching the WIAA Network.
Hi, we're Chris
And Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
Presentations now for the 200 individual medley. Eighth place, Sarah Norman from Olympia, 2:12.17. Cassandra Tallman of Roosevelt, 2:11.79. Andrea Young from Union, 2:11.51. Lavinia Yap from Monroe was fifth, 2:11.25. Kendall Phillips of Kent Lake, 2:07.95 was fourth. Megan Kawaguchi from Mount Rainier third, 2:06.62. Carolyn McCann from Gig Harbor second, 2:06.61. And Lisa Bratton, automatic All-America qualifying time, 2:01.53 from Richland. And you'll hear it in front of us when she gets her award. We've been lucky to have the good rooting sections in front of us. We were at Bainbridge whooping it up in the 3A meet right in front of us. And now Richland, of course, trying to win a state championship. You're going to know it when they win races. With this crew in front of us, made the long drive and having fun here in Federal Way, enjoying the championships. Give you a team update here while we wait for diving to get started after the 50. So this is after 4 events now. We'll give you the team update. Newport 91, Skyline 58, Kent Lake 49, Richland 48.5. Remember, Richland's got points coming later, but Newport's maximized what they've done so far. Wenatchee with 43, Gig Harbor 40, Cascade 37, Issaquah 37, and that's your top 10. Issaquah and Cascade tied for 9th, actually. So the 16 dive finalists coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming the championship finalists for the 4A 1-meter diving. In dive order, diving first, Emily D'Adalto, senior from Mount Rainier. Diving second, Harry Heckle, senior from Mount Rainier. Diving third, Haley Castro, junior from Monmouth. Diving fourth, Marquesa Dixon, junior from Buffalo. Diving fifth, Ashley Flynn, senior from Big River. Diving sixth, Emmy Smith, senior from Rogers. Diving seventh, Rachel Roberts, junior from Winterfell. Diving eighth, Vincent Chambers, senior from Fairfield. Diving ninth, Shelby Trick, senior from Thomas Jefferson. Diving 10th, Monica Church, senior from Thomas Jefferson. Diving 11th, Elizabeth Clemens, senior from Allen Ridge. Diving 12th, Katie Paul, sophomore from Eastland. Diving 12th, Christina Transit, sophomore from Eastland. Diving 14th, Tia Thomas, sophomore from Winterfell. Diving 15th, Erica Kelso, sophomore from Winterfell. And diving 16th, Alyssa Cole, junior from Skyline.
Everybody into the dive tank as we get started with the finals of diving. And the gold medal is guaranteed for Caitlin Chambers of Garfield, who has a huge lead, 343 points through 8 rounds to 243 for Tia Thomas of Federal Way. So first place is pretty much in the bag, as long as Caitlin can get herself into the water. Leading off will be Emily D'Adalto from Mount Rainier, sitting in 4th place with 241.1 points. Reverse 1.5 somersault, 2.1 degree of difficulty. Comes out of it nicely. We'll give you the judges' scores as we hear them. 5, 5, 5.5, 5, 4.5, 5, 4, 31.50 total. Carrie Heckle now. Reverse somersault, 1.6 degree of difficulty from Mount Rainier. Here come the scores. 5, 5, 5.5, 5, 6, 5.5, 6. 25.60. Haley Kessler from Auburn up now. 8th place, 229.45. Back somersault with a half twist, 1.7 degree of difficulty.
That's a good thing, too.
Scores for Kessler. 4, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 5, 4.5, 4.5, 22.95. Marquesa Dixon next, 9th place, 228 total. Back somersault. Forward somersault, 1.7 degree of difficulty. Scores for Dixon, 5.5, 5.5, 4, 4.5, 4.5, 5, and 4.5, 23.80. Ashley Newen of Gig Harbor, 15th place right now, 218.45, back 1.5 somersault, 2.0 degree of difficulty. So far, the leader, divers completing the second round, it's D'Adalto who went first at 272.6. Here's Newen, 3.5, 3.5, 4, 3, 3, and 3.5, 21. 239.45 for Newen. Does not improve. Next diver, Emmy Smith of Rogers. Reverse 1/2 somersault, 2.1 degree of difficulty.
Judges' scores.
No, they're not my thing.
6.5.
6.5, 5, 6, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5, 6.5. 40.95. Good number. And your leader, as of right now in the second round, is Smith.
Yeah.
At least leader in the round. Actually, it's not, because she still doesn't have as much with 9 dives as Chambers does with 8. Here's Rachel Roberts of Woodinville. Inward 1.5 somersault. 4, 4.5, 3.5, 4.5, 3.5, 4.5, and 4, 27.50. And here comes our leader, Caitlin Chambers. 3:43. She's going to do a forward 1.5 somersault with a twist, 2.2 degree of difficulty. Very nice. That's why she's leading the competition by 100 points. 7.5, 6.5, 7.5, 7, 7, 7, and 6.5, a 46.20. Well, if anybody was going to catch her, she was going to have to bust one of these dives, and no sign of that. She's at 389.20. She's not on a pace, though, to pass Jessie Snowden's state record, 473. The meet record is possible. Here's the first of the Church sisters from Thomas Jefferson. Shelby, back 1.5 somersault with a half twist. 6, 5, 6, 6.5, 6, 6, 7, 37.80. Now, Church was in 5th going into this round. And as of now, she's moved into 2nd place. Here's the other Church, Monica, 241.80. She's in 3rd. Back somersault, 1.7 degree of difficulty. 5, 5.5, 4.5, 5, 5, 5, 5.5, 25.50. Now, the combined scores we give you are unofficial. The Church has slipped to 4th right now. Here's Monica Elizabeth Clemens from Emerald Ridge. Back somersault, 1.7 degree of difficulty. 6, 5.5, 5, 5.5, 5.5, 4.5, 5.5, 28.05. We got a lot of fingers flying on the calculators right now, let me tell you. Call from Eastlake. Reverse somersault, 1.6 degree of difficulty. She's sitting in 13th place. 5, 4.5, 5, 5, 4.5, 5, 5. 24. See if we can run through everybody quickly after 9 rounds. Christina Torrente of Eastlake in 14th place. Reverse somersault, 1.7 degree of difficulty. Four and a half, 5, 4.5, 5, 5, and 5, 24.65. Tia Thomas, who started the round in 2nd place, 243.10. From Federal Way, a sophomore. Back 1.5 somersault, 2.3 degree of difficulty. Six, 5.5, 5, 5.5, 5, 5, 5.5, 36.80. And that keeps her in 2nd place so far in the 9th round. Don't expect that to change. Erica Kelso from Woodinville. Reverse dive, 1.7 degree of difficulty. She was in 11th place after 8 rounds. 5.5, 5.5, 4.5, 5, 5, 5, and 5. 25-50, and here's the end of the 9th round. Alyssa Holt of Skyline in 12th place. This is a back dive, 1.6 degree of difficulty. And that completes the 9th round. Four and a half, 5, 4.5, 5, 4.5, 4.5. 2160. 243, 2. Okay, up to the top of the order. Delgado, who I believe has moved into 4th place now, trying an inward dive, 1.5 degree of difficulty. And she was indeed in 4th place. Five, 5, 5, 5, 5, and a 4, 22.50. I suppose you can't make those jokes about the East German judges anymore. So Del Donto up to 295. Heckel is next, sitting in 7th. Inward dive, 1.5 degree of difficulty. Waiting for one judge. Five, 5, 5, 5, 4, 4.5, 5.5. Missed that total there for Heckel. Now Kessler from Auburn. 1.5 somersault with a half twist. 5.5, 5, 5, 6, 5, 5, 5. 31.50 for Kessler. Marquesa Dixon, a Bothell. Back somersault with a twist, 1.9 degree of difficulty. Five, 4.5, 4.5, 5.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4. 25.65. Ashley Newen of Gig Harbor. Back somersault with a half twist, 1.7 the degree of difficulty. Four, 4.5, 4, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4.5, 22.95. Total for Newen. Her total, 262.4 through 10 rounds. Naomi Smith of Rogers. Forward somersault with 2 twists, 2.3 degree of difficulty. Just got it back together at the end. Not a lot of air to work with. Rogers in 3rd place unofficially going into this round. Pretty good battle going on for 2, 3, 4, 5. 3.5, 4, 3.5, 4.5, 4.5, 4, 4, and 3.5. That's a 26.45. Gets her over 300 points, 303.4, and she's the current leader. Now Rachel Roberts, a forward double somersault, 2.2 degree of difficulty. Our leader Chambers coming up, 6, 5.5, 6, 6.5, 6.5, 6 and 6 and 6, 39.60. High scoring dive for Roberts. Here's our leader, Caitlin Charles, an inward 2.5 somersault, 2.4 of a degree of difficulty. Makes that look easy. And a big cheer from her fellow divers. 7, 7.5, 7, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 7.5, 6.5, 54. 443.2. So she's now 140 points ahead of Smith. TJ Church, who was battling Smith, was a point ahead after the last round. So this is an important dive. Forward 2.5 somersault, 2.4 degree of difficulty. 6, 6, 6, 6.5, 5, 5.5, 6. 43.20. 320.3 her total. So she's in second for the moment. Now Monica Church. Back somersault with 1.5 twists, 2.3 degree of difficulty. So we'll watch Thomas coming up, who's sitting in second place. 5, 5.5, 6, 6, 6 and 6, 40.25. 307.55 for Monica Church. Now Elizabeth Clemens of Emerald Ridge. Back somersault, 1.5 twists, 2.3 degree of difficulty. Six, 5, 6, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5. 37.95 her total. 290.1 Clemens totals. Now call from Eastlake. Kayla Call. Forward, somersault with a twist, 1.9 degree of difficulty. Five, 5.5, 5.5, 5, 5.5, 5. 29.45. 274.90. There's Torrente from Eastlake. Back dive, 1.6 degree of difficulty. Second place, Tia Thomas on deck. Watch for her. 6, 5, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5, 5.5. 26.40. 271.05. All right, here's your second place diver now. Thomas of Federal Way, back 1.5 somersault with 1.5 twist, 2.5 the degree of difficulty. This is a dive that could ice second place. She's in. A little bit of a splash, but I think she's going to like that number, and a big cheer from the crowd for the popular Thomas. 4, 5, maybe not. 4.5, 4, 4.5, 5 and 5. 35 her total. Some quick math here. 314.9. And she is now in third place behind Church. So Church, with that big 43 dive, made the move up into second. Here's Kelso from Woodinville. Inward somersault, 1.6 degree of difficulty. Now remember, our totals are on the fly. We'll have the official results here, of course, just moments after the event. Erica Kelso. Five, 4.5, 5.5, 5.5, 5, 5, and 5.5. 24.80 is the value of the dive. Gets her to 273.10. Now Holt from Skyline closing out the 10th round.
That'll set her up really well.
Reverse somersault, 1.7 degree of difficulty. A little bit of a wait. I think we might be resetting the computer for a second.
Again, Alyssa will be diving 301B, reverse dive 5. Judges scores.
5.5, 6, 5, 4.5, 4, 5, and 4.5. 24.65.
Emily will be diving 5-1-2-2-D, forward 1 somersault, 1 twist, 3, degree of difficulty 1.9, carry on deck.
And a 267.85. So here comes Didalto at 295. She's going to get a top 10 finish. Forward somersault with a twist, 1.9 degree of difficulty. 5, 5, 5.5, 5, 5.5, 5, 5. 28.50. 323.60. Heckle. Back somersault with 1.5 twists. Three, 3.5, 2.5, 3, 2.5, 3, 3, 20.70. Here's Kessler. 283.9, her number right now. Reverse 1.5 somersault, 2.1 degree of difficulty. Didn't quite get rotated through on that. Was not vertical going in. 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 25.20. 309.1 her total. Dixon a Boffel. Reverse dive, 1.7 degree of difficulty. For Marquesa Dixon. From Boffel, her scores 6.5, 6, 6, 6, 5.5, 6, and 5.5. 30.6. And she finishes at 308.05. Now from Gig Harbor, Newen. Back 1.5 somersault with a half twist, 2.1 degree of difficulty. Of course, we've had no further changes in our team score, which a lot of people are very eagerly awaiting. And really, nobody from the contending teams except Mount Rainier are going to get points in this. 3.5, 3.5, 4, 5, 4, 4, 4.5. 25.20 is her dive. She goes to 287.6. All right, here's our fifth place diver right now. Smith from Rogers. Back 1.5 with a somersault and a half twist, 2.1 degree of difficulty. In clean. She'll like that. And a proper size smash. 6, 5.5, 5.5, 6, 6, 5 and 5. 35.70 the dive. Gets her to 339.10. All right, let's see where that's going to leave her. Roberts from Woodinville. Reverse dive, 1.6 degree of difficulty. Six, 5.5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 5.5, 28.80. 307.4 is Roberts' total. And here's our champion, Caitlin Chambers. Getting 100 points ahead on the last dive. Unless she goes a negative 100-point dive, I think she wins the competition. Just a little off in the entry, but good, solid piece of work. That's why she's the champion, the senior from Garfield. 6, 6, 6, 6.5, 6, 6.5, and 5. 45 total. 488.2 for our state champion. Now here's our second place diver, Church, who put herself in a great position with that last dive, which was a 43.2. Now she's going to go back 1.5 somersault, value of 2.0. So this is a pretty clean dive, and this should clinch second for Shelby Church. Although I think she left the door open for Thomas there. Thomas is third from the end in our dive. Here we go. 6, 5, 6, 5.5, 5.5, 6, and 6. 355.3. The number for Church. Now Monica Church. Inward somersault, 1.6 degree of difficulty. Monica sitting in fourth right now. Five and a half, 5, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 28.80. Yeah, there may be a chance for second place for Thomas. 336.35 for Monica Church. So she's in third and fourth right now. Smith is holding the third spot. Clemens up now for Emerald Ridge. Back somersault with 2.5 twists, 2.7 degree of difficulty. 4, 5, 4, 4.5, 5, 4.5, 4, 4.5, 36.45. 326.55. Call from Eastlake. Forward 1.5 somersault with a twist, 2.2 degree of difficulty. Three and a half, 4.5, 3.5, 3.5, 4.5, 4.5, and 4. 26.4. 301.30 her total. Christina Torrante of Eastlake. Forward somersault with a twist. Thomas is on deck. And this will settle our top three. 4, 4, 4, 4, 3.5, 4, and 4. 22.80. 293.85. So here's Thomas in third place. She's got a forward 2.5 somersault. Good degree of difficulty at 2.4. She's at 314.9 right now. To finish second, she'd have to get to 3:55.3. Pretty good dive. That may get her there. She needed, what, 31? 5, 5, 4. Well, maybe not. 4.5, 5, and 5. 34.80. 3:49.7. She will not get to second. Church has clinched second. Thomas will be third. Kelso with a back somersault and a half twist, 1.7 degree of difficulty. So it's going to be Chambers, Church, Thomas. Smith will be fourth. This is unofficial. Monica Church fifth. Here comes the total for Kelso, 19:55. She'll finish with a 2:92.65. And our final diver, Alyssa Holt. Back somersault with a twist, 1.9 degree of difficulty.
Judges scores, 3 1/2, 3, 2, 3, 3, 3, 3. This concludes
17-10 for Holt. And we're going to have the awards for two events coming up. Chambers of Garfield, a tremendous run, winning the individual state championship. Shelby Church second, and third place goes to Thomas from Federal Way. Lots of awards coming up. We're going to pay off the diving and the 50 freestyle in just a few minutes. You're watching the 2012 WIAA Dairy Farmers of Washington Les Schwab Tires 4A Girls Swimming Championships on the WIAA Network.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, well, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires good to have?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Coaches are reminded to manage your clutching air balances and must be turned in on the third relay in order for comfortable.
should be ready for the awards presentation and the pool. In your team attire or sweats, divers, please proceed to the awards presentation and the pool. The awards today for the 2012 WIAA Gary Dorman Washington Schwab Tires 4A State 1 meter diving championship are being presented jointly by John Casparian from Schwab Tires, Darian Gassner, Annie Berklin, and dive company and dive coach Todd Wallace. In 8th place from Auburn, Haley Kessler Jr. with a score of 909.10. In 7th place from Mount Rainier, senior Emily Lidalto with a score of 323.60. In 6th place from Emerald Ridge, senior Elizabeth Clemens with a score of 344.59.
And it's time for the diving awards. 8th place, Haley Kessler of Auburn, 309.10. Emily Dadalto of Mount Rainier, 323.60 is 7th. Elizabeth Clemens of Emerald Ridge, 6th, 326.55. Monica Church, 5th, 336.65. So we were right with our top 5. 4th place, Emmy Smith of Rogers, 339.10. Tia Thomas of Federal Way, 3rd. The defending champ, 349.7. Shelby Church, boy, really clutch of these last few rounds, ends up in 2nd, 355.30. And Caitlin Chambers destroys the state record, 488.20. The old record was 473.30 by Jesse Snowden, set back in 2005. Old record? Meet Caitlin. What a great finish for the senior from Garfield. I don't think we have a point update yet, adding in those diving points, but we'll check on that. We're going to give out the Caitlin Chambers, big roar of applause. And I should correct myself, the Chambers is the defending champ, so she goes back to back. And again, destroys the top 10 all-time state championship marks. Oh, just by 30 points. Great show put on by Chambers. And we do not have the team points updated past that 53, so it's still Newport 91, Skyline 58, Richland 48. These Richland fans in front of us are just stir-crazy right now because they got points coming in later events. And Newport has done a great job of maximizing what they've done in the early events. So Newport's going to make it hard. And, of course, this is a big deal to get the state championship east of the mountains in this size of schools. And the Bombers are very excited about this, but they're going to have to maximize their points. 100 butterflies next. They have Alyssa Music in the consolation and Sarah Olson in the final. So 2 opportunities to score points. But Newport has Guo swimming and Lou in the consolation. So there are 2 swimmers from each, Newport and Richland. And we can't forget about Skyline. They have Sarah Elderkin and Stephanie Munoz. So Skyline's got 2 swimmers. So we get right into a team battle here in the 100 butterfly coming up. Now the 50 free award's going to be handed out. Marley Cross from Garfield finished 8th, the freshman, 24:45 her time. Kayla McKee of Jackson, 24-36 was 7th. Alana Prees of Emerald Ridge, 24-17 is 6th. Vladkovich of Skyline, 5th, 24-13. Elisa Fang of Newport, 23-94 and 4th. And Guo from Newport, 3rd, 23-81. That was All-America consideration time. Hannah Brugman of Wenatchee, also a consideration time of 23-68. And no consideration for Kenna Ramey. She is an All-American, 23-44. State champ from Federal Way. So we'll finish off this podium and get back in the pool with the 100 butterfly and continue the pursuit of a team championship. Again, Richland has 2 scoring swimmers here, as does Newport, as does Skyline, and let's not forget about Kent Lake. They've got Tenasseee in the final, so they're going to score points. They're going to score at least 10 points. The 100-yard butterfly final, again featuring multiple swimmers from challenging teams here. Callista Skog of Inglemore in lane 1, the freshman. Sarah Elderkin from Skyline, so points there for Skyline. Cami Axe, Laura Johnson in lane 3. Alyssa Music from Richland in lane 4. She's important. Alyssa Bezanik from Eisenhower in lane 5. Alice Chang from Union in lane 6. Amelia Liu from Newport in lane 7. And Cassandra Peterson from Wenatchee in lane 8. So Lou, Elderkin, and Music are the key when it comes to gathering points. We're resetting our computer to get the team points, so we'll get back to that when we get a correct number. Boy, look at this at 50. It is music of Richland. This is just what the Bombers need. 28-24. Skyline's Elderkin in second. Here we go for the second 50 of the butterfly consolation race. Music being challenged by Bazanek. Bazanek, music, it's going to be the reach. And it is music. Richland gets it. Well, that's maximizing your points. That's all you can get. 1 minute flat. And the Bomber towels are flying. Music first. Second, Bazanek from Eisenhower. Third, Chang from Union. Newport gets fifth place points from Lou. And Elderkin fades to seventh. Well, there's a good one for Richland right there. Top of the consolation points. Now, let's see how the final plays out.
Please welcome the championship finalists in the 100-yard butterfly.
Lane number 1. Team points in play. Stephanie Munoz of Skyline, 58.99 her qualifying time. Lane 2 from Kent Lake, Emily Tanasi. She plays in a team race, 57.50. Loria Guo of Newport. Oh, yeah, this is important for her. 56.94 her qualifying time. Kenna Ramey from Federal Way, defending champ, 56.54. Caitlin Taylor from Jackson, 56.70. Kalina Laurent from Cascade, 57.13. Sarah Olson from Richland, 58.79 in lane 7, and Sarah Norman from Olympia. Defending state champ actually is Katie Kinnear from Skyline. Ramey, state champion in another event. We're starting to get through a lot of different events in 2 days of swimming here in Federal Way. So all sorts of points possibilities here. Munoz, Tanasi, Guo, Ramey, Taylor, Laurent, Olson, Norman. They're on the blocks. 4 lengths. And they're up. Good start in lanes 3 and 4. That's Ramey and Guo. Guo has been nothing but solid. The junior from Newport. Here we come for the first 50. Lanes 2, 3, and 4. Looks like 2 and 4. Tanasi and Ramey. Here's the turn. Ramey, 26.10. Tanasi in second, 26.30. Laurent in third. Olson from Richland in seventh right now. Turn for home. Lanes 4 and 2. Tanasi very close with Ramey. Tanasi finishing strong, but it's Ramey. Can Ramey hang on? The last 10. It's Ramey. 56 flat. Took a half second off her qualifying time. Conditional All-America. Now check the points. Second place Cascade Laurent. Third place Newport Guo. Fourth place Tanasi Kent Lake. Olson sixth from Richland, and Skyline's Munoz eighth. So Kenna Ramey gets her championship. The Dick LaFave Award about to be announced for volunteer service. And this is the award that honors every year. Dick LaFave, of course, a 30-year veteran of these meets, did everything in meet management, and the award's in his name, given to one volunteer or helper in each classification. One of those people who comes early, stays late, donates money, usually starts as a swim parent and can't give it up after that. Some very special people getting the honor. Let's see if they're going to announce that right now. This is the usual spot for that. 100 freestyle coming up.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Washington Interscholastic Swim Coaches Association a few years ago began a commendation award named for one of the most committed high school swimming officials in Washington high school swimming history. Dick LaFave contributed both his time and expertise as a stroke and turn judge, meet starter, and meet referee for over 30 years in dual, league, and district meets, and was the meet referee for the Washington State High School Swim and Dive Championships from 1977 through 2008. This commendation award is in honor of one of Washington High School swimming's most beloved volunteers. The recipients of the award have also demonstrated the same passion for giving as the award's namesake. This year's recipient exemplifies what can only be described as a model of selfless community volunteerism and has spent the years giving countless hours of time.
All right, we have points updated now through 6 events after the butterfly. We'll let you know who the LaFave Award winner is first.
She is a strong advocate of high school swimming. She began as a swim parent, got involved in the sport, which led to an impeccable career as a meet official. She is beloved and respected by her officiating peers. A very deserving recipient of the Dick LaFave Commendation Award. This year's winner is Terry White. Terry will be presented the award at the boys' station.
And again, they're recognizing Terry White, who was also recognized at the 3A meet. Not in attendance tonight. Will be recognized at the boys' meet right here at the Weyerhaeuser King County Aquatic Center coming up in February. And this is a chance to recognize all the volunteers who score, coach, and run meets throughout the state of Washington throughout the years. All right, here's your team update through 6 events. This is as of the 100 butterfly. So the race just completed. Newport 111, Skyline 72, Richland 70.5, Mount Rainier 65, Kent Lake 64, Jackson 59, Federal Way 56, Garfield 54, Cascade 54, and Wenatchee 46. Now the 100 free. Consolation final. Jess Miller of Tahoma, lane 1. Julianne Reed of Camas, lane 2. Hannah Hawley of Curtis, lane 3. Gabriel Gebbers of Issaquah, lane 4. Nicole Carlson of Cascade, lane 5. DeJean Dickens of Edmonds Woodway, lane 6. Darcy Booth, Cascade, lane 7. And Cassie Burgess of Newport, lane 8. So no big team points on the line here. Richland has a chance, along with Skyline, to pick up points in the final. They don't have favorites, but they're going to score and add some points. All right, at 50 meters, dead heat in lanes 5 and 6. Carlson from Cascade, Dickens from Evans Woodway, 25.67. 50 to go now in the 100 free consolation final. Newport has Burgess, so they want to get as much as they can out of her. She's in lane 8. The winner is Carlson, 53.63. Burgess is 6th. So Burgess picks up 3 points for Newport. Now let's see what the Richland and Skyline swimmers do as we march them out for the final.
Please welcome the championship finalists for the 100-yard freestyle.
So the Wenatchee fans next to us. And then in front of us, the Richland fans, both cheering on their swimmers. Hannah Brugman, the favorite from Wenatchee, she'll be in lane 4. From Richland, Vanessa Wadham in lane 1. And Maria Vladkovic of Skyline out in lane 7. Here's the rest of the field. Wadham, lane 1. Qualifying time 54:26. Kayla Flayton, Novisaqua, 53:27. Marley Cross of Garfield, the freshman, lane 3. 52:91. Brugman, Wenatchee, 52:46 in lane 4. Atlanta Priest, Emerald Ridge, 52:69. Lane 5. Stacy Meyer of Issaquah, 52:98, her qualifying time. Lane 6, Maria Vladkovic of Skyline, qualifying time 53:56. Lane 7, and Catherine Armstrong of Monroe, 54:60 in lane 8. State record is 49:82, also the meet record set by Chelsea Bailey 4 years ago. 50:91 automatic All-America consideration time. These swimmers not quite in that ballpark. 100 free final for Class 4A. And we're off, and a good start in lane 4 for Brugman. Well, she knows what she's doing. Vladkovic out in lane 7. Lane 1 is Wadham. Wadham gets a good turn, so she's in good position to score as we near the halfway mark. Same story with Vladkovic. So the Skyline and Richland swimmers holding up their ends of things at 50. The split for Brugman, 25:02. And second place is Vladkovic, 25:12. Skyline, even with graduation losses, in the hunt tonight. I don't think they're going to give up easy. Here we come, the final leg. Brugman from Wenatchee. Fans right next to us cheering her on. She's going to win it. And with a pretty good time as well. Brugman to the line. 51:71. Just short of conditional All-America. Now, where's everybody else? Second place, Freeze. Vladkovic 4th. And Wadham finishes 7th. So Skyline gets some 4th place points. We're going to hand out some awards here in a second for the 100 butterfly. When we come back, you're watching the 2012 WIAA Dairy Farmers of Washington Les Schwab Tires 4A Girls Swimming and Diving Championships. This is the WIAA Network.
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
Awards for the 100 butterfly. 8th place, Stephanie Munoz of Skyline picked up 11 points for the Sparts. 59:30 her time. Sarah Norman of Olympia, 58:80 in 7th place. Sarah Olson scored 13 points for Richland, 58:37. Caitlin Taylor of Jackson, 57:04. 4th place, Emily Tanasi of Kent Lake, 56:87. 15 points for the Flames. Luria Guo of Newport got a big 16 points, 56-57. Kalina Laurent of Cascade, 56-56, finished second. And Kenna Ramey, Federal Way, All-America consideration time of 56 flat, is your winner of the 100 butterfly. So checking up on the team points now through 7 events following the freestyle final. Newport 114, Skyline 87, Richland 82.5. Issaquah 71, Garfield 70, Cascade 67, Wenatchee 66, Mount Rainier 65, Kent Lake 64, and Jackson 59. That's your top 10. Coming up, the marathon, the 500 freestyle. By the way, you can follow along with all the scoring and the team points as each event finishes. It is live at WIAA.com. If you click to girls swimming, and you'll see the section for psych sheets and results, just click 4A, and you're following along like we are, and they're updating everything right after each event. So you can look at all the results. If you want to know who's in 31st place in the team battle right now, Mariner and Bothell are tied, by the way. You can find that. You can find the time, the splits for all your favorite swimmers, and it is live and literally up to the minute. I won't say up to the second because they do have to officialize the results, but it's definitely up to the minute with the team points, and it's all there for you to keep an eye on at WIAA.com. Just look under Find the Sport, Girls Swimming, and click on the results/psych sheet link for 4A. Time for the marathoners in the pool, the 500 freestyle. 4:52.74 is an automatic All-America time. 4:57.96 gets you consideration. State record 4:41.98, also the meet record set by Amber McDermott in 2008. Felicity Cam of Stadium, the Iron Woman, is your top qualifier. We're going to have the consolation group first. Lily Newton of Eastlake, Kira Watson of Newport, Michelle Francois of Issaquah, Natalie Lesnick of Kentwood, Hannah Benson of Roosevelt, she's in lane 5, Hannah Pickett of Union in lane 6, Anna Burdine, Mount Rainier lane 7, and Taylor Bingy of Woodinville in lane 8. So Watson able to pick up some points for Newport here, and in the final, Newport's going to have Maggie Panna. Richland has one of the favorites in Weinman. Skyline, no swimmers, so Weinman needs to take care of business for Richland. She's second on the psych sheet by a pretty good stretch. Can was 10 seconds faster than everybody in the prelims. At 50, it's Benson. 20 lengths, 500 yards. And they do put the numbers in the pool at the far end to remind you how many lengths you've swum. Completed 4 right now. This will be 100. Benson of Roosevelt, 58.75. Lesnick second. Our Newport swimmer Watson is in 5th right now in lane 2. And now closing the gap in lane 4 is Lesnick as we complete 150 yards of 500. Remains Benson and Lesnick battling. Now it looks like Lesnick in the lead in lane number 4. Here we come to 200 yards. Leader is Lesnick, 202.98, 203 flat for Benson. Our Newport swimmer is in 6th. There we come to the halfway point, 250 yards. All right, I'm a track guy, I admit it. So we start talking about lanes and heats and qualifying. You know where I lead. And halfway through it from Kentwood, it is Lesnick, 2:35.64. Benson second. Third on the outside, Newton from Eastlake. And Watson from Newport, fifth right now, swimming in lane 2. 9 lengths to go. Here we come to 300. Pretty same margin for Lesnick and Benson. 3:08.31, 3:09.2. A little over half a second lead for Natalie Lesnick. Watson still in 5th place. Number 5th place in this heat. Picks up 4 points. Newport will take all they can get. This will be 350 yards at the touch. 150 to go. 3:40.63 for Lesnick. And now her lead up close to 2 seconds over Benson. Luton still 3rd from Eastlake. Watson still 5th from Newport. 4th place is Pickett from Union. At 400. 4 lengths to go. Lesnick from Kentwood. 4:12.98, 4:15.42 for Benson. Watson now has moved into 4th place for Newport in lane number 2. Just working steadily, trying to improve her position. And she can make a little burst here. Going to be 50 to go. They'll get the bell here as they come to the touch. Lesnick with the lead. 4:45.20 through 450 yards. 2nd place, Benson, 4:48.69. 3rd place, Newton. 4th place, Watson. So lanes 1 and 2 are of interest if you're a Newport fan right now. And it doesn't look like Watson's going to catch Newton. Newton has extended that lead a little bit for 3rd place. So it's going to be 4th place for Watson in this heat, and that's the points that Richland will get. Here we come to the touch. Your winner, Natalie Lesnick of Kentwood, 5:16.61. 2nd place, Hannah Benson. 3rd place, Newton, and there's Watson, 4th. And again, picking up 5 points. But more points on the table here for Newport and Richland, and Weinman. See how all out she goes. Again, she's going to have a hard time reeling in Felicity Can with the time she puts up. But we'll talk about that as we introduce them. Let's bring out our finalists in the 500 free. Lane 1 is Bella Chilchik from Kentridge. Maggie Panda from Newport. Very important race for her. 5:14.55 her qualifier. Brianna Lucien. In lane 3, Felicity Can. Again, dominating by over 10 seconds in qualifying in lane 4 from Stadium. Nicole Weinman from Richland, 5:12.33, her qualifying time in lane 5. Maddie Mader from Roosevelt, lane 6. And Demetra Laurent from Cascade, lane 7. Jackie Beal from Mount Rainier in lane 8. So we keep an eye on lanes 5 and 2. And, of course, watching Can in lane 4, who's the big favorite. So let's watch the start here and see if Weinman, They're going to stand him up here, won't let him start. Let's see if Weinman pushes herself early and goes after Can. Can already with the early lead. Weinman slips into third place on the first 25, and again, 20 lengths to go. So just a little swimming to do in this event. Well, here comes Weinman staying right with her. Can with the lead. Weinman. And boy, you see that towel waving? That's Richland fans right there. Trying to urge on Weinman. Nicole Weinman carrying some big hopes right now in this race. We complete the first 100. Here they come to the 100 touch. 56-30 for Can. Weinman in second. Weinman's right with her. Let's see if she can hang in there, get those first place points. Lucian is third. Panna for Newport in fifth right now. So a separation, very important, between Weinman and Panna. And of course, Weinman trying to win. But Richland fans will be very interested in seeing how Panna finishes. So we'll watch that on every switch. Here's the 150 split. Can, 125.56. Weinman in second, 127.79. Panna still in fifth. So second and fifth in the battle right now. Richland, Newport. And Weinman losing some ground right here. Not surprising at 200. 155.02 for Can. So now we just watch the separation between Weinman and Panna. And Panna is up to fourth now from Newport, 201.99. So watch lane 2. Here we come to the halfway point. 250 yards. They have a turn for Felicity Can. 224.54. Weinman in second, 229.73. Third is Lucian, 232.14. And there's Panna, 233.32. Fifth is Laurent, 234.20. So Panna looks like she's locking down fourth right now. She can make another pass. That's going to help Newport immensely. Here we go at 300 yards. McCann, 254.90. She's in shouting distance of All-America consideration, so that is of interest, of course, for our individual winner and her fans. Weinman, Lucian, Panna. Here we come to 350. $326.04 for Can. Weinman, 332.57. Lucian, Panna. And Panna is now within 0.4 of a second of third place. Maggie Panna trying to get it done for Newport. Here we come to 400, 100 to go. 357.46 for Can. Weinman, 404.08. Lucian, 406.97. Panna, 407.34. So lanes 2 and 3 of great interest to Richland right now. Meanwhile, our leader, Felicity Can, coming to take the bell, just 50 to go. She is going to cruise to victory. Weinman's got second locked. Panna and Lucian going for third. Still Lucian, but only by half a length. McCann turning for home. Weinman just making the turn. Here comes McCann. Let's watch the time. 4:57.78. And she does get an All-America consideration time. Great swim for Felicity Cann. Weinman second. Here's the medal for third. Lucian will get it. Panna takes fourth. Well, Maggie Panna still does a good job moving up a bit and getting those fourth place points. So not the separation that Richland would have wanted there. They get the 17 points, but the 15 points, only a 2-point difference as Panna maybe saves the day for Newport. Awards when we come back. The 100 freestyle will be presented as we battle for the team title at the 4A Girls Swimming Championships from Federal Way on the WIAA network.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, well, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires good to have?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
A 100 freestyle awards coming up, but we've got the team point update. I know this is what everybody wants right now. Richland has moved into second place, but they're still 34.5 points behind Newport. Newport 134, Richland 99.5, Skyline 87, Cascade 80, Mount Rainier 79, Issaquah 75, and Lisa Bratton needs a big swim right now, and they've got Fang in the final for Newport. That's coming up in the backstroke. Both Richland and Newport relays are coming up in the 200 freestyle. In the 100 breaststroke, Richland has nobody, and Richland and Newport both in the relays. I don't think Richland can make up the difference unless Newport takes some DQs in the relays. Newport is in very good shape right now. So the dream of the Bombers to take the trophy east of the mountains may not happen. All right, let's take a look at our podium in the 100 freestyle. Armstrong of Monroe, 8th place, 54.66. Vanessa Wadham of Richland, 54.45 and 7th. Kayla Floten of Issaquah, 53.94. Stacy Meyer of Issaquah, 53.16 in 5th place. Volodkovich of Skyline, 53.13 in 4th place. Marley Cross of Garfield in 3rd, 52.87. Alana Priest of Emerald Ridge in 2nd, 52.14. And Hannah Brugman of Wenatchee, your state champion, 51.71 in the 100 freestyle.
In second, Alana Priest, a sophomore at Emerald Ridge, 52.14. And in 2012, WIAA, Dairy Farmers of Washington, Schwab Tires, Williams Girls Champ, in the 100 yard freestyle, Hannah Brugman, and Susan from Wenatchee, 51.71 in the medal. Very good team race here going on. 10 Jackson at 59, 9th 10 Lake for 64, 8th Mount Rainier to 65, 7th Wenatchee to 66, 6th Cascade 67,
Time for the next to last relay event. It's the 200 freestyle relay. Richland and Newport both involved in the final. This is the consolation heat. Kamiak in lane 1, Roosevelt lane 2, Camas lane 3, Mount Rainier lane 4, Curtis lane 5, Federal Way lane 6, Stadium 7, and Kent Ridge lane 8. They're away. Fastest of his group was Mount Rainier, 142.76. 200 freestyle relay. 50 yards per swimmer. Good battle in lanes 3 and 4, Camas and Mount Rainier. Mount Rainier, Camas, and in lane 6, Federal Way. And actually in lane 8, Kent Ridge was third. Second swimmer in the water. And we'll come to the halfway point. Camas gets there first, 51.39. Kamiak second, 52.07. And Curtis, 52.43. At the turn, lane 3, it's Camas. $116.74 for Camas. Mount Rainier, $116.92. Final swimmers in the water. And a good start for Mount Rainier in 4. It's Mount Rainier, Camas, Curtis. Lane 4. Mount Rainier, Curtis challenging in 5. Going to the wire. Curtis closing strong. It is Mount Rainier by 1/10 of a second over Curtis. 1:42.65. Curtis is second. Camas third. Let's bring them on out, the finalists. 200 free relay in Class 4A. Issaquah in lane 1, qualifying time of 1:41.95. Here's Richland, lane 2, 1:41.30, and they're right next to him, Newport, lane 3, 1:40.91. Cascade in lane 4, 1:39.51. Wenatchee, lane 5, 1:40.67. Kent Lake in lane 6, their mark in qualifying, 1:40.93. Garfield in lane 7, 1:41.48. And Inglemore, lane 8, 1:42.47. Well, this is where Richland needs major separation from Newport. I don't know if they'll get it. Newport with their lucky Winnie the Pooh bear right behind the starting block. I hope that's a waterproof bear. It's a very tough mascot to have at a swim meet. On the blocks for the first leg. Good start in lane 2. Richland, boy, they almost rolled off. Richland swimming strong, and then way over in lane 6, Kent Lake. Lanes 1 and 2, though. Issaquah, Richland, Kent Lake in 6. So 1, 2, and 6. There's that bomber towel waving. These Richland fans are going to root till the end for their team. Kent Lake gets there first. Second, Garfield. Third, Issaquah. Richland's 5th. Newport's 7th. So we're just underway. Second leg. Boy, Issaquah very strong over in lane 1. Kent Lake and Issaquah. And now moving up in lane number 4, Mount Rainier. Third leg, Issaquah will touch first. 49.63, then Cascade, then Kent Lake, then Richland. Newport at 5th. So Kent Lake and Richland, 4th and 5th. Or Newport and Richland. Boy, Newport just has to stay with Richland, really. Here we come to the final leg of the 200 free relay. Mount Rainier first. Richland second. Newport 4th. Good final leg for Richland. But pulling away in lane 4 in the middle, that's Cascade. Cascade. Richland. And Newport in lane 3. Newport may come up and take second ahead of Richland if they do. Newport making all the right moves tonight. And a big celebration at the finish line. Cascade your winner. 138.29. Newport second, and Richland ends up 4th. So if they lose points as Wenatchee moves into 3rd. And that state trophy is not going to move very far from Skyline up in Issaquah down to Bellevue to Newport. Winning time, 138.29. Beat the meet record. And All-America consideration time as well. Great swim. I know we talked about the team race, but don't overlook a nice swim by the 4 Cascade swimmers. Awards. We've got awards. The 500 free will be handed out when we come back. We're at the Weyerhaeuser King County Aquatic Center on the WIAA Network.
Hi, we're Chris
And Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
Awards in the 500 freestyle. Hilla Chilchuk of Kent Ridge, 8th place, 5:19.99. Jackie Beal of Mount Rainier, 5:17.16, finished 7th. Demetra Laurent of Cascade, 5:11.60. 5th place, Maddie Mader of Roosevelt, 5:11.48. Maggie Panna, big finish for Newport, up to 4th, 5:10.12. Brianna Lucian, 5:08.42. Nicole Wyman of Richland, 5:05.11. And Felicity Can, All-America consideration time of 4:57.78. Wins the title. Now, let's see if we can get that team update after the relay. Here it comes. Newport in control now, 168. They will win the state championship. Richland hanging on against Cascade, 129.5 in second to 120. Cascade in third. Issaquah up to fourth at 101. Wenatchee fifth at 98. Mount Rainier sixth with 97 points. Garfield with 94 at seventh. Kent Lake in eighth with 92 points. Skyline in ninth with 87. And Federal Way with 64 rounds out the top 10. But Newport is going to win the state championship. And they just put everybody in the right position. People swam their times, and I don't want to say it looked easy, but it looked easy.
And the 2012 WIAA Washington, Schwab Tires 4A
And so it will be four straight Kingco champions. Skyline winning the last three. Jackson, of course, the Wesco winner back in 2008. And Newport will have their first state championship in girls swimming. That'll be a nice trophy to bring home. A couple more events to go, but the team race is settled. And, you know, you talk about just the total entries. I mean, Newport was right there. Skyline had 19 entries in the meet. Newport had 18. 17 at Mount Rainier. Richland trying to maximize 15. They know where they were going to get winners. And Cascade is right there. So Richland did everything they could with their swimmers, but Newport just advanced everybody. Now we get ready for the 100 backstroke. This was a fast, the group that made the final, very fast yesterday. Megan Kawaguchi, Kayla McKee, and Lisa Bratton, all All-America consideration time. So Bratton has got a pretty good chance to be swimmer of the meet, which will be announced after the breaststroke. Looking to double up here. It is the consolation heat, though, coming up first. All right, lane one is Bethany Harper of Redmond, the freshman. Kristali Umazawa of Skyline in lane two. Abby Crowley of Walla Walla lane three. Catherine Armstrong Monroe in lane four. Lavina Yap, Monroe lane five. Jackie Beal of Mount Rainier lane six. Anna Panabianco of Camas lane seven. And Bella Chilchuk of Kent Ridge in lane eight. 100 backstroke, 4 legs. Tops in this group. We had 3 of these consolation swimmers under 1 minute. Armstrong in lane 4 was the best at 58.76. It's going to be Armstrong in lane 4 and Beal in lane 6 at the split. 28.76. 2 more lengths. Here we come to the touch. Looks like it's going to be lane 6. Beal. Beal. Got it. Beal from Mount Rainier, 58.87. 3 swimmers broke a minute. And hugs all around with Yap from Monroe. Finalists about to march out. Lane 1, Emma Tim Ballard of Walla Walla, 58.56 her qualifying time. Elisa Fang, one of the hot young swimmers in the state. You're going to hear a lot of her from Newport, 58.18. The youngsters helping Newport win this title. Megan Kawaguchi, again, All-America consideration time in the prelim of 56.81. She's in lane 3. Kayla McKee of Jackson, 56.13, the fastest. She had an All-America qualifier. And Lisa Bratton of Richland, 56.43 in lane 5, also All-America consideration. Emily Tanasi of Kent Lake in lane 6. Stacy Mayer of Issaquah lane 7. And Landon Hopkins of Eisenhower in lane 8. So Issaquah's got a chance to pick up points in these two individual events. They did not have a relay team advance in the 4x1. In the pool, the 100 backstroke final. And we're away. Tim Ballard, Fang, Kawaguchi, McKee, Bratton, Tanasi, Meyer, and Hopkins. On the outside, Meyer and Hopkins early. At 50, it's lane 5. It's Bratton, 26.96. McKee in second, so no surprises there. Bratton bringing the stuff. Bratton looking for another individual title. You're going to see those Richland towels up there in a second. Just watch. Here's the turn for home. Bratton now being joined by McKee. Maybe those towels will help. She pulls ahead by a stroke. It's Bratton. Bratton finishing strong. Another championship for Bratton. Lisa Bratton, 54.85. Wow, almost 2 seconds faster. And that is a true All-America time. Second place, McKee, 55.95. Just missing automatic. Third place, Kawaguchi. Tanasi is fourth. So a great run for Bratton, and she didn't kill it early, but boy, came in strong, pulling away at the end for the automatic All-America consideration. Trophies coming up for the 200 free relay, and in the final individual event, the breaststroke, the 100 breaststroke. You're watching the 2012 WIAA Dairy Farmers of Washington Les Schwab Tires 4A Girls Swimming and Diving Championships on the WIAA Network.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, well, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires good to have?
Lifetime protection. That's our best tire value promise. Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Team awards for the 200 freestyle relay. Official results just coming to us. Inglemore was 8th. 142.62. Garfield, 141.20 in 7th. Issaquah, 141.13 in 6th. Kent Lake, 140.30 in 5th. Richland, 140.24 in 4th. Wenatchee, 139.85 in 3rd. Newport in 2nd with Jenny Hyo, Emily Waddell, Maggie Panna, and Loria Guo. And your state champion with a conditional All-America time, Cascade, Nicole Carlson, Darcy Booth, Danielle Booth, and Kalina Laurent. So what everybody wants to know now, with 2 events to go, is the team points. And that is now updated. So this is through 10 events. Newport 181, Richland 149.5. So Richland's wrapped up 2nd. Mount Rainier up to 3rd. So Mount Rainier and Cascade now battling for 3rd place. Mount Rainier 122, Cascade 120, Issaquah 115 in 5th, Kent Lake 107 in 6th, Wenatchee 98 in 7th, Garfield 94 in 8th, Skyline 90 in 9th, and Jackson 76 in 10th. So the remaining Mount Rainier Cascade battles, they've got consolation swimmers in the breaststroke, but not in the final. And Cascade has a relay left. So Cascade in pretty good place to move up and finish 3rd. Richland will not score in the breaststroke, but has a relay team that's good enough. So Richland will hang on to 2nd place. But Cascade likely will pass Mount Rainier and finish 3rd. So the 100 breaststrokes set to go. And then we'll get to the 4x1 relay, and then it's trophy time. There'll be a lot of celebration at Newport. A job well done by the Knights. And a big cheer for Cascade as they're awarded their relay state championship.
Again, we draw your attention to the team scores up on the board, which are actually one event, I think, later than we have here. And the team competition is very close. Trophies for the top 4 teams. And you'll see it's very close.
Now the 100-yard breaststroke, final individual event of the meet. This is the consolation heat. Sarah Avery of Central Kitsap in lane 1. Laura Williams of Kent Lake in lane 2. Rachel Webster of Mount Rainier in lane 3. Chloe Carr of Inglemore in lane 4. Danielle Booth of Cascade in lane 5. Louisa Chan in lane 6. Lucy Brock in lane 7. From Medben's Woodway, and Jenny Hyo of Newport, the freshman in lane 8. Louisa Chan from Ballard. Beavers have a swimmer in this. Lest you think that all the swimming in the state happens on the east side of Lake Washington. And certainly Richland, Wenatchee, great showing from the east side. So here we go, the first 50, and the first touch in lane 5. That's Booth from Cascade, second. Williams from Kent Lake, and third is Carr from Inglemore. And here we come. And all the way. It is Booth. Makes it look simple. 106.86. Second place, car from Inglemore, 108.67. Third place, Kent Lake Williams, 108.97. So Danielle Booth bruises for Cascade. And now the final coming up. And now, here come the championship finalists. Not sure how well you can hear all the music, but Under the Sea, very appropriate. I'm sure at least one event has to have that at every meet. It's just a natural. Cassandra Tolman of Roosevelt, junior in lane 1. Her qualifying mark, 108.13. Andy Scarcello of Skyline in lane 2, 107.38. Sage Speak of Inglemore in lane 3, qualifying at 106.96. Carolyn McCann at Gig Harbor ripped off a 103.63 automatic All-America qualifier. In lane 4, Kayla Robertson of Inglemore, 106.33 in lane 5. Andrea Young of Union, lane 6, 107.23. And Kayla Flutton of Issaquah in lane 7, 107.87. Jocelyn Crawford of Garfield in lane 8, 108.16. Your finalists in the 100 breaststroke. See if McCann can challenge the meet record, which is 102.02. He's been down to 103.63. McCann in lane 4 for Gig. Can't miss her as the neon. Now, pink is not a Gig Harbor color. However, that pink tides in her cap, you can't miss that. And that is your top qualifier, Carolyn McCann. 4 lengths with the breaststroke. McCann with a great turn. But out in lane 2, Scarcello. Here we come to the split. McCann in control. 29.61. Boy, if she can match that, holy cats. She might get the record. Again, shooting for 102.02. Missy McIntyre in 2004. State record is 102 flat, set in 2008 by Lindsay Marchand. Turning for home. McCann, super smooth. Boy, not wasting any effort here with the breaststroke. Clean stroke, long reach. This is how you do it. 103.30. Doesn't get the record. But a nice All-America time. And better than her prelim. That's a pretty good weekend for Carolyn McCann. Second place right next to her, Roberson from Inglemore. Third place, Young from Union. Check that. Third place was Crawford from Garfield, and then Speak from Inglemore. Backstroke awards coming up, and then the coach of the meet and swimmer of the meet awards when we come back to the 2012 WIAA Dairy Farmers of Washington Les Schwab Tires 4A Girls Swimming and Diving Championships on the WIAA Network.
Hi, we're Chris
and Anna Groneveld, local dairy farmers from Monroe, Washington.
The Dairy Farmers of Washington, along with Les Schwab Tires, are proud co-title sponsors of the WIAA High School State Championships.
The Washington Interscholastic Activities Association supports high school programs and activities that keep our kids growing in mind and body.
Today's high school students will be some of tomorrow's community leaders, and we feel it is important to do our part in helping foster an appreciation of community, responsibility, teamwork, and sportsmanship in today's youth.
The WIAA helps provide those opportunities activities through athletic, artistic, and academic competition.
Please join the Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires in supporting young people in your community by attending your local high school state championships.
For a complete list of events and activities in your area, visit WIAA.com.
Okay, awards here for the 100 backstroke, coach of the meet, swimmer of the meet, and the 100 breaststroke all coming up. We'll start with the backstroke. Landon Hopkins from the Ikes of Eisenhower, 49.40, 8th place. Emma Tim Ballard, Walla Walla, 58.96 and 7th. Elisa Fang of Newport, 6th, 58.92. Stacy Meyer, 58.02 for Missy. Emily Tanasi from Kent Lake, 57.07. Megan Kawaguchi of Mount Rainier, 3rd, 56.99. And All-America consideration time in 2nd for Kayla McKee of Jackson, 55.95. And flat-out All-America time, 54.85 for Lisa Bratton of Richland, your state champion of the 100 backstroke. So with one event to go, we've got the team point update. I'll give you that now, because that's what everybody wants to hear. Newport's clinched at 185. Richland second, 149.5. Cascade third, 129. Issaquah fourth at 127. Mount Rainier in fifth at 125. And then Kent Lake at 115. So Cascade and Issaquah and Mount Rainier all within 4 points. Cascade and Mount Rainier have relay teams. Issaquah does not, so Mount Rainier will move ahead of Issaquah into third. But Mount Rainier 4 points behind Cascade, and Cascade with a much better relay team. So Cascade should wrap up third place. Again, they just have to finish the relay. And here comes Lisa Bratton, who probably better stay out there because I think she's going to be swimmer of the meet. Sixth best all-time swim at the state meet for Bratton in this event. And again, that's your 100 backstroke champions.
Jeff Lowell, meet director, will do a presentation for Coach of the Year. On behalf of the Washington Interscholastic Swim Coaches Association, each year in each classification, WISCA honors one of the coaches in each classification as the Coach of the Year. It is my pleasure to present the 4A Girls State High School Swimming Coach of the Year to someone I've known for a quarter of a century. A colleague, a friend, and someone who supports Washington State High School swimming, Eric Bartleson, Newport High School.
Eric Bartleson has been named Coach of the Year by WISCA, the State Coaches Association. We're going to get the Athlete of the Year here in a second.
We have one other special recognition, and then we will do the
And no surprise, Lisa Bratton of Richland named Swimmer of the Meet. Now, obviously, multiple swimmers can win 2 individual titles, but it's all weighted based on time, competition, and even by gender. And so there's a formula that goes into this. But Bratton clearly dominant in her 2 wins. And there go those towels again. Richland won't win the team championship. Great showing for the Bombers this year, but they get the individual Swimmer of the Meet. Congratulations to Lisa Bratton. Now we're going to give out the awards for the 100 breaststroke. Eighth place is Andrea Young of Union, 107.23. Kayla Floten of Issaquah, 107.87. Cassandra Tolman of Roosevelt, 6th. Oh, I'm sorry, these are the prelim times. Young's winning time, or time in 8th place was 107.84. Floten 107.81. Cassandra Tolman 107.60. Scarcello of Skyview finishes 5th, 106.97. Sage Speak of Inglemore, 106.68. Jocelyn Crawford of Garfield, 105.78. Kayla Roberson of Inglemore, 105.49. And Carolyn McCann of Gig Harbor, brilliant swim of 103.30. And an automatic All-America time for her. So we're going to hand out those awards here in a second, and then we'll get on to the last relay.
In 8th place, Andrea Young, senior from Union, 107.84. In 7th, Kayla Blake, senior from Issaquah, 107.81. In 6th, Cassandra Tolman, a junior from Roosevelt, 107.60. In 5th, Andy Scarcello, a senior from Skyline, 106.97. In 4th, Sage Speak, a junior from Inglemore, 106.68. In 3rd, Jocelyn Crawford, a freshman from Garfield, 105.78. In 2nd, Kayla Roberson, a junior from Inglemore, 105.49. And the 2012 WIAA Dairy Farmers of Washington Schwab Tire Touring Championship.
And here comes your state champion, Carolyn McCann of Gig Harbor. Began with a brilliant 103.30 after a 103.63. So 2 automatic All-America times in 2 days for McCann, just a junior. And that's the 4th best time in this event all time in the state of Washington. Time now for the last event of the night, the 4x100 freestyle relay. And this will be the cigar, if you will, for Newport, who has the top time in the final heat. Richland does not have a relay. Newport, Cascade, and Mount Rainier will swim.
400-yard freestyle relay.
And here we go with the 4x100 freestyle relay. First, the consolation heat. Kamiak in lane 1. Eastlake in lane 2. Union lane 3. Jackson lane 4. Walla Walla lane 5. Roosevelt lane 6. Wenatchee lane 7. Curtis in lane 8. Fastest of this group was Jackson at 3:43.49. Four swimmers each do 4 lengths. And we're away. Good start in lane 1 for Kamiak, but coming up from under the water, right in the middle, it's Jackson. Jackson in the middle of the pool. Walla Walla right next to him. Here we come to the first 50 in the first split. Jackson and Walla Walla. That's how they turn, 26:09, 26:10. 1/100th of a second apart. Narrow lead for Jackson as we come to the first exchange. It'll be Jackson first. Jackson, Walla Walla. And then lane 1, Kamiak. Union in fourth. Split 54-14 for Jackson. Here we come for the first 50, and now in lane 5, it's Walla Walla with the lead, 121.41. Jackson, 122.03. Second exchange coming at the next touch by LeBlancs. And Walla Walla in the water first, 151.26. Jackson second. Kamiak third. There's the turn for the next split. Walla Walla in control by almost 2 lengths, 217.90. And now up in second, Union, 220.38. Jackson, 220.46. The next exchange. It's W Walla Walla. Anchor leg begins. And second is going to be Roosevelt in lane 6. Third is Union. Last 100. No question the Walla Walla is going to win it. But a great battle for second at the turn. It is Union now up to second, Roosevelt third, and Jackson fourth. And it's going to be a sprint for second place. Last 50 in the consolation meet. So here's your winner. Walla Walla, 341.99. Second place, Union, 344.11. Third place, Jackson. Fourth place, Roosevelt. A pretty interesting race. Walla Walla takes care of business, takes the consolation points, but Union gets up for second. And now the final march-in of the weekend, your 4A finalists in the 4x100 relay.
Please welcome the championship finalists for the 400-yard freestyle relay.
And the towel's waving for Richland one more time as the Bombers will swim their final event and wrap up second place. Lane 1, Snohomish. Qualifying time 3:43.21. Skyline Lane 2, 3:42.82. Cascade Lane 3, 3:40.23. Newport Lane 4, 3:37.55. Richland Lane 5, 3:39.95. Inglemore in Lane 6, 3:42.59. Mount Rainier Lane 7, 3:43.11. And Gig Harbor in Lane 8, 3:43.46. Everybody fired up for one last race. Newport getting ready to celebrate a team championship. And we're away. The first of 4 100-yard legs. Snohomish, Skyline, Cascade, Newport, Richland, Inglemore, Mount Rainier, Gig Harbor. Top to bottom of your screen. First turn coming to the first 50 in lane 4. No surprise, Newport. Top qualifier, 3:37.55. First touch, Newport. First split, 25-31. Richland in second. Cascade in third. The towels are a-waving. You don't think Richland would like to win this race just so they can say they won the last event, even if they didn't quite get the state title? All the Newport fans on their feet as well. Here we come to the end of the first leg. Newport, Cascade, Richland, and now next to Richland, Inglemore challenging. First exchange. Newport 53.08. Cascade 54.24. Inglemore third. Richland fourth. Newport still in control. It'll be Newport and Cascade. Halfway through the second leg, Richland third, the split, 119.26. Lane 3, strong move by Cascade. Here's the turn. Cascade in the lead. Cascade leading Newport. Here we come to the second exchange. Newport back in front. It's Newport, Cascade, and Richland. Third leg. Strong swim on this leg for Cascade. Cascade, Newport, Richland. Now lane 3, Cascade in the lead. Halfway through. 2:14.54. Oh, check it. Newport got him. 2:14.54. Cascade, 2:14.58. Richland still in third. 2:15.30. The final leg coming up. It'll be Cascade. Newport. Now Richland catching up for second place. Last 100. Cascade, Newport, Richland. Split 2:42.71. 4 lengths to go in the meet. And Cascade looking for the big finish. At the turn, it's Cascade. Cascade, Newport, Richland. Richland swimming for second. It'll be Cascade. Cascade to the turn first, 3:07.72. Newport, 3:08.23. Richland, 3:08.65. And now they come together. Big finish by Richland. All 3 of them together at the turn. Cascade with the good turn first. Richland pushing up into second. Newport third. Here we come to the finish. The last event of the night, one of the best. Richland up to second at the touch. Cascade, Richland, 0.07 of a second. Cascade in 3:43.96. Richland second, 3:35.03. Newport third, 3:35.77. Then Mount Rainier and Skyline rounding out the top 5. What a great thrill in the last race of the night as Newport wraps up their state championship in 4A swimming. We've got awards coming up for this event and the team championship. Stick around. You're watching the 2012 WIAA Dairy Farmers of Washington and Les Schwab Tires 4A Girls Swimming Championship on the WIAA Network.
At Les Schwab, along with great prices, our tires come with the kind of protection most other places just don't give you, which includes free flat repairs, equal value replacements, pre-trip safety checks, and more for the entire life of the tire. With the other guys, well, you just never know. So why is free protection on your tires good to have?
Results of the 4x100 freestyle relay. Snohomish in 8th place, 343.43. Inglemore 342.26 and 7th. Gig Harbor 5th, 342.03. Skyline 340.41 in 5th place. 4th place Mount Rainier 339.27. Newport finished 3rd, 335.77. Richland 2nd, 335.03. And Cascade, the state champ, 334.96. And we get that taken care of, and then we'll get to the team awards. We don't quite have the team totals yet, so we'll wait to give you that final number. But Newport has won the state championship. It'll be Cascade in second, or Richland in second, Cascade wrapping up third with that result. And Mount Rainier should have jumped into fourth. And a great weekend here. And again, some great results put up. Great young swimmers showing the future of swimming in the state of Washington. We thank everybody here at the Weyerhaeuser King County Aquatic Center for being hospitable as always, making our stay very pleasant. The dog house, which feeds us all weekend. And of course, all the WIA staff that makes our life easier at these state championships.
And the 2012 WIAA Dairy Farmers of Washington Les Schwab Tires 4A champs in the 400-yard freestyle relay.
And here comes Cascade, the 4x100 state champions. And the team's now gathering at the team competition. Newport's already ready to take that trophy. Got a great student turnout, lots of red in the stands here on the far side away from us. And the whole team down on the pool deck, ready to go. The first photo time for our 4x100 champions.
Congratulations, girls and all. We're finishing up the photographing process. I'll give you the team totals for places 5 through 20. We have no 20, but we have a tie for 19 for Rowe, Snohomish. Time of 37 apiece. 18 General Bridge with 43. 17 Union with 45. 16 Stadium with 46. 15 Colorado with 63. 14 Illinois with 64. 13 Roosevelt with 80. 11 Jackson with, we have a tie for 11 between Gig Harbor and Jackson, each with 88. 10 for Nancy with 92. 9 Illinois with 5. 8 Northwood with 97.
And now the team totals going up, and then we'll confirm our top four. We'll hand out the trophies here in a second. Top four teams receiving trophies. And we're going to start with Mount Rainier. 155 points. Mount Rainier making their way out to the deck to receive their 4th place team trophy. Representatives from Les Schwab Tires and, of course, the Dairy Farmers of Washington ambassadors on hand, presenting all of our trophies and medals this year. So 4th place for Mount Rainier, 155. Here's Cascade with 169 points in 3rd. Third place, Richland with 185. Wave those towels one more time. Cascade was 3rd, and Richland in 2nd with 185 points. And of course, they had the swimmer of the meet in Stratton.
I think I mentioned the Mountaineer coaches, head coach Chris Bryant and diving coach Todd Wallenberger.
And they just can't wait. They're bouncing up and down in their yellow and red. They got Winnie the Pooh, and now they get the team trophy, the Newport Knights, with 217 points. They fulfilled pretty much every duty, advanced as many swimmers as they could, and everybody placed and picked up their points tonight. A well-deserved state championship for Newport. Their first state championship in swimming. And the title in 4A stays in the Kingco after 3 straight years of Skyline. Newport brings it home. That'll do it from the Weyerhaeuser King County Aquatic Center in Federal Way. For all of our WIAA Network crew and Alex Webster, I'm Bob McCamey, thanks for joining us. You've been watching the 2012 WIAA Dairy Farmers of Washington Les Schwab Tires 4A Girls Swimming and Diving Championships on the WIAA Network. So long from Federal Way.
And that trophy has all of the 4A winners since we've had 4A in Washington State. And that trophy you have to bring back. You have to keep it for a year. You have to bring it back. If they win it again, they have to take it home again for a year, but it gets brought back every year. But then that trophy they get to keep permanently. You guys got to figure out a way to get in this photograph. Eric Farmers, trust me, that camera can't see you back there.